One of the world's most beautiful carousels is in Maryland, of all places. Now don't get crabby with me when I say that, because what I mean by that is that you'd expect one of the world's most beautiful carousels to be in Prague or Paris or something like that. And while it's still thousands of miles away from me, I am so glad it's in the US. This is the 1921 W.H. Dentzel Carousel at Glen Echo Park in Glen Echo, Maryland. I finally got to visit this carousel about 2 weeks ago. But before I get to my thoughts, let's talk about the history. In 1921, Glen Echo received its new W.H. Dentzel Carousel. For the next 40 years, this carousel operated with a ring machine and a big old band organ, but it didn't operate for everyone. Glen Echo Park was segregated. On June 30th, 1960, a sit-in was staged at the carousel. The operator refused to start the carousel, and after 2.5 hours of sitting, 5 of the protesters were arrested. After that, the park was picketed by NAG activists for the entire season. Glen Echo Park was finally desegregated for the 1961 season. In 1968, Glen Echo Park closed. The carousel and organ were quickly bought by a dealer who planned to send them to California. The residents of Glen Echo did not want that to happen, and a Save the Carousel committee was formed. To save the carousel, they would need to raise $80,000 by the 1st of May, 1970. Obviously, they succeeded, and the carousel was saved. In 1982, major restoration of the horses began. This is when lead restorationist Rosa Patton found 90% of the original factory paint intact on the Indian horse. Because so much of the original factory paint was intact, this carousel horse has become kind of a museum piece on the machine and is not able to be ridden. For other figures, they were scraped down to find their original paint layers, and then layers of paint were taken down to a stable paintable layer. Selected windows to the original paint were left open. In 1997, an anonymous donor pledged $500,000 to the carousel to see it restored. And in 2002, the carousel's restoration was complete. In 2019, major repairs and upgrades were added to the building, including replacing the roof. And in 2021, the carousel celebrated its 100th birthday. As for my thoughts, this is an incredible carousel in every sense of the word. The restoration on this carousel is nothing short of divine. It's perfect. Every detail on every horse is highlighted to exceptional quality. The pictures of this carousel never do it justice. You have to see it in person. It's incredible. Oh, and if you think it couldn't get better, this carousel is fast and has a beautiful sounding organ. Only thing that would make this carousel better is if they actually used the ring arm, which I don't think they can do anymore. And there's a few interesting details about this carousel, such as the fact that the deer has a leaf in its mouth. This is something I had never seen before, and I have a theory about it. I've seen some Dentzel deer with their tongues sticking out, so I'm thinking that's what they tried to do when they carved this deer, but I think they might have messed it up and they decided to turn it into a leaf instead. If I'm right, that's a pretty cool detail, but that's just